How you doing, everyone? Today we are right here with Leon, LEON FISCALIZADOR. The guy best known in Puerto Rico gives the news as raw as it is, just like we do it here in Yonkers, just different places, but we have a lot in common. So Leon, el Fiscalizador. Leon, that's a strong name. I like it. How
Yes,
you doing today?
it is. It is. I'm fine. Thank you. What about you?
Doing good, doing good. Leon, Puerto Rico gets hit again. Now we have the pandemic and
Right.
we have another round of earthquakes that just start hitting Puerto Rico once again.
Yes.
And now it's like a double jam. You know, the people are suffering with the pandemic. Well, the people were suffering with the earthquakes, then the pandemic, now earthquakes again. Give us a feedback of what's going on there in Puerto Rico.
We have Maria 2 years ago.
And Maria, yes.
Yeah.
So tell me about the now. What's going on now? How is the people reacting? I was hoping that the elected officials in Puerto Rico, that they learn a huge lesson from the last earthquake. Did they learn a lesson?
No, it's not happening. It's not happening because when you have a corrupted government like we do, like we have over here in Puerto Rico, that kind of thing don't matter. You know, they rob on Maria, they rob on the earthquakes, and now on this epidemic, they rob again. You know, I don't know if you hear about 38 millions that they want to buy on fast tests for the COVID-19. You know, we almost lost that money because the test never exist. The company was not ready to send it. They were charging something that cost $3. They were charging like, I think, $39 for each one. So I mean, it's crazy. We keep, you know, the government keep pushing, you know, taking the money from the people, and you know, making themselves richer and richer.
So there is a big problem in Puerto Rico. Not
corruption
not just the natural stuff that is hitting Puerto Rico, but also with the politicians of Puerto Rico, that somehow it appears that every time a major catastrophe happens in Puerto Rico, they take advantage of it financially and
Yes,
they enrich themselves.
and that's the problem right there. That's the big problem. You know, because we have the situation. Remember, this is an island. We always gonna have something. We got hurricane, we got big rains, we got big flood. We can have all kind of stuff. And every time that we have a situation, they use it for steal money. You know, and that's the big. You probably gonna tell me, wow, why you don't talk about the people? Why you don't talk about how people feel? You know, that's what we feel. If you go to Puerto Rico and you talk with anybody in the street, they're gonna say the same thing. They're gonna say, you know what, the problem in Puerto Rico is the corruption, you know, and that's where we at, you know. So if you ask me what is the biggest problem in Puerto Rico, that's it, the corruption. You know why? Because natural disaster we can deal with. You know, we work with it. We go around and every city or every country have natural disaster. But you know, when you have natural disaster and after that you have a government that steals every single penny that's supposed to go, you know, to the citizens, that's the big problem. You know?
Now, Leon, I was there a few months ago with my good friend Alberto Velasquez, a guy with an extremely good heart that I have not met many people like that. And we went there to help the people of Puerto Rico, to do all that we could. I wish we could do more, but we did what we could.
Right.
We didn't steal, we didn't do any corruptions, we didn't do anything but try to do the best that we could. When I was there, I interviewed Senator Nelson. Do you remember that interview? Actually, I believe you broadcasted on your show.
Yeah, yeah.
He wasn't prepared to deal with the situation because, you know, the earthquake was something that no one was prepared. And we did not blame the government or the elected officials for the earthquakes. I think we're all bright enough to understand that they don't control the earthquakes. That's a natural disaster. What we complained and what we criticized was the reaction that they had after the earthquake, how they were helping the people. I remember a statement from the Puerto Rico governor saying that she visited some camps and the people were happy. I even wanted to interview her to find out which camps did she go, because I wanted to go there and interview those people that were happy. I thought, oh, maybe she meant her backyard, that the people in her backyard, her family were happy. So did you ever find out which camp was it that she went where the people were happy?
She went to the one over here in Ponce. Well, you know what? To be honest, how we can hold that? You know, you always gonna find, no matter how bad they are, you always gonna find those people that, if they are from one side, like PNP, for example, in this case, they are PNP no matter what. Okay, so they love the governor no matter how bad they are. They love the governor, and they're gonna say they're happy, you know. But if you have, I don't know, few thousand people, or more than a few thousand people on these camps, trust me, 98%, they're not happy. Nobody's going to be happy out of their house. Nobody's going to be happy when they have to take a shower where another 500 people have to take a shower, you know, or use the bathroom where another 500 people have to use the bathroom. So, no, I think that she says on the, you know, I think she say out of, you know, probably the question take her out of bounds, you know, and she just say that to fill it out that, you know, that few seconds. But I don't think that people really was happy. Actually, that was I have a show last night at 9 o'clock, like almost every day, and I was talking about it because day before yesterday she was here in Ponce because another earthquake hit Ponce, you know, this south, and Ponce suffered a little bit, and she was here. And yesterday I talked about it. I was mad because, you know, earthquake happened, then she comes to the south. Why she have to wait for the earthquake hit again when we still have hundreds of people living on tents, you know? At today we have hundreds of people living on tents. So you don't have to wait for the earthquake to happen. In that way, you can come to visit, you know, the Ponce or whatever city in the south. So
well, Leon, you know how it is. When things like this happen, it's a picture opportunity. If they don't show up to take pictures, it does not look right. Like, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that. But in regards to people being happy, look, I know that there is always a group of people that are pro this and always a group of people that are against the same thing. But now, in regards of the earthquake, I doubt it very much that there was a single person that was happy, because no one can be happy with earthquake like that, because no one knows if the next earthquake is going to be something big enough that is going to kill many, including those that claim to be happy. So I doubt it very, very much.
It's completely politics. You know, Puerto Rico, everything that the government does here in Puerto Rico is about politics. They don't think about the citizen the way that's supposed to. You know, when you take that government position, you swear that you're going to take care the citizen. That's why you are elected. But they don't do it that way. They want to take care of themselves first, the position on whatever position, elected position they have or they want, and after that they take care of the citizen. And that's the wrong thing to do. And that's what happened. Anything happen in Puerto Rico, everything is about politics. They hold money because politics. They give you money because it's politics. Nothing is from heart, and that's where we have friction. That's where we have.
So why are you saying that nothing it's about the people, but all about themselves?
Look. When you have government officials in the United States that probably have 100 other different issues in the United States, and they have 5 minutes and talk about Puerto Rico and how corrupt is Puerto Rico, it's because something big happening, because you was here not too long ago. You know how much money we get in Puerto Rico for different helps, federal help, and all kind of stuff. You see the streets. You see the main highway, how it is, all break, all the grass in the middle is all 5, 6, 7 feet tall. You don't see even the signs. Everything is bad in Puerto Rico, and when you ask about it, when these big officials ask about it, hey, what's going on? No, because it's always an excuse. But the reality is that everything, they steal everything. The orange cans in the highway that they divide, it's like a big 55-gallon cans,
yes.
Plastic. That was a big issue not too long ago. You know why? You know how much the government pay for each one? $500, bro.
Are you serious?
Yes, that was a big issue here in Puerto Rico.
Well, maybe, Leon, maybe that's how much they claim they paid for each one. Maybe the invoice says $500.
Exactly.
Maybe the real price is $50.
The real price was like $66.
There you go.
When you buy one, if you buy hundreds of thousands because they use it everywhere, you know how much it's going to cost? Like probably $40 or $35.
Or less.
The government paid $500 for each one, bro. Imagine.
Leon, they claimed they paid $500. Maybe they will show you an invoice that reflects $500. But did they really pay $500? That's another question. Now, I remember when I was there in Puerto Rico and we interviewed the senator, we mentioned to him about a warehouse that was found with full of things that the people needed immediately. Stuff that had expired. We don't know the reason why it was being held there, but we know that an investigation was supposedly to be going on. The investigation never happened?
You know what? They started investigation. After that, the pandemic here is gone. Nobody knows. Bro, that's why I'm here. That's why I get so mad. That's why I'm always in the middle of 100 different situations, because it's so much corruption that is just make you crazy. Make you like, wow, you don't finish one investigation when you have another, in the top of that. When you have something else, you got something. It's so much. Never stop. I don't know what's going to happen. To be honest, I don't know what's going to happen in this country. I don't know, because it's so much of everything of this corruption that we're going down like a country. For be honest, we're going down because we don't have no credibility. We don't have no trust. Nobody trusts us. Nobody gives us no credit in anything. You know why? But it's not our problem as a citizen. It's the government. It's been so much corrupted. And the difference is that now every day we see it more and more because the cell phone, because the technology is so good now that whatever you see, you put it on, you record it and put it on Facebook Live or whatever, and everybody noticed in a few minutes. Before, the corruption has been there forever, but we see it now, like more clearly because the technology help us to see it clearly.
Even though today on the age of technology, where we can film something and it goes completely crazy in a matter of minutes, even though we have this now, corruption still happens. Can you just imagine how it used to be when we did not have the cell phones and we were not able to broadcast things as it's happening? And this is one of the reasons why a lot of governments, elected officials, they don't like live streams. They try to get us as far as possible to the scene because they lost the control of the narrative. They can no longer control what the people see and what the people hear.
They're not ready because this is the difference. If I'm on live, let's say that I got my phone, for example, and I see the government, for example, and I'm on Facebook Live, and I ask her something, she have to answer it, because if she don't answer it, she's gonna look like she's hiding something. But if she answer it the wrong way, then people are gonna say that she's a lie. So it's hard. They don't have no control like before. It's just recorded. They record it and they have to edit it. And when they go back to the channel, they say no, don't put that because the governor is my friend, or the governor spend money here on advertisement, because blah blah blah. So right now they don't have no that option. So that's why they try to avoid those kind of live scenes.
You are 100% correct. And we have that's a problem that is worldwide problem. The government, elected official, people have lost the control of the narrative. They can no longer call the media that film and say, look, you need to edit this or you need to edit that because we don't want people to see this or to see that. They lost the control. Hey, but guess what? This is here to stay. This is, the raw media like you, the raw media like yours and like mine. I love it. And it's not gonna go nowhere. So they might as well get used to it. And we, the people, need to start making them accountable for the things that they do. When you see an elected official, ask the hard questions. Ask the hard questions. Don't ask just those questions they want to hear. Ask the hard questions and let them say what comes to their mind. And then, look, if you answer good, if you're doing a good job, there is nothing that you need to worry about it. Now, if you, go ahead.
I don't understand, because being an elected official, like I always say, is easy. It's very easy. You have, look at this. You have a driver, you have a bodyguard, you have a secretary, you have like 10 people that do whatever for you. So the only thing that you have to do is management. You don't have to do physical work. You just have to think, okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. If you do it right, you don't have to worry about it. Because if they give you $200 to do anything, you do X thing, so you spend those $200 and whatever you have to, spend it the way that's supposed to, you don't have to worry about it. When somebody's gonna ask you, you're gonna say, oh, that's no problem. This is the paperwork. This is where I spend the $200. That's it. You don't have to worry about it. That's why you're there. That's why you was elected, because people trust you. So you have to show that appreciation to those people that elect you. Do the right thing. It's not hard. I don't know why they complicate so much. You
Well,
know?
normally they complicate because they don't do what they're supposed to do. They don't do the promises that they made before they got elected. And so, like they say, if you do no wrong, there is no need to run. And there is only one truth. If you are asked about this, answer it with the truth. Because if you don't answer with the truth, it's just a matter of an hour, 2 hours, somebody's going to find something that contradicts what you just said. And that's one of the problems that they have with media like yours and like mine. We are truthful. We don't have people behind us giving us money in order to control the outcome of what we broadcast. We broadcast what it is, and then it's up to me, at least in my case, in my side, I broadcast what I see. Now it's up to the people to make a judgment, formulate an opinion based on what they see. Elected officials must be accountable. And for too long, they were not accountable. Some people say, well, what do you mean they're not accountable? Well, because they controlled the media. They would tell the media exactly what the media wanted them to say, but
Yes.
that is a thing of the past, okay? I'm not saying that in the past they were never held accountable. We all know that they were, but they were only held accountable on the things that they could no longer hide.
Look, this is crazy what I'm going to say, but it's true. I visit different medias in Puerto Rico that probably they spend millions, listen to me, millions of dollars on personalities, on equipment, whatever, maintenance, have that media, working. And you know what? And a single person, and probably I have more followers than them. And you know what I mean? And it's crazy. That's how, and that's what killing the media right now. And it's going with what you're saying, because before the government controlled the big media, because they spend a lot of money on advertisement and all that kind of stuff. So they don't want to burn that official government, because governor in this case, because that governor spend a lot of money on on that channel, on that network. In this case, and on that case, the network have to do whatever the governor wants. They know that sometimes we have to talk about you, bad and good and bad, because we have to keep it there. But they have to do whatever the governor wants. In this case, I don't have that problem, because the government, I don't have no contract with nobody. I work by myself, and I have more followers than them. So,
well, I second that, Leon. I don't work for no one. No one gives me money. No, not many people advertise with me. So that is not that money issue. I give you the money. I control what you say. Now, look, Yonkers Voice, it's I would say, is the largest social platform in Lower Westchester in New York, especially Yonkers area. We have about 30 channels on Facebook alone. We have a YouTube channel that more than 7.5 million people have followed, has seen our content. So we have more people watching us than they do. And that's what pisses them off, that people now come to places like yours and places like mine to see what really happens. Now, can I keep everybody happy? No, I can't, and I don't care, and I don't care. I care about the people. We write very short articles, where it's happening, how it's happening, what time it's happening, and what am I seeing when it's happening. Now, at the end, it's up to the people who are watching it to formulate their own opinion. I don't do write-ups in an attempt to change the opinion of the people who are watching. We just give what is there. Now it's up to them. And that's what they don't like. They lost the control of the narrative. They can no longer control what goes out there. And that's why you're seeing certain states, at least in the United States, trying to change laws that you cannot film when there is a police activity, you cannot film here, you cannot film there, because they're losing the control of it.
Oh, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
They can no longer put things out and say, okay, this is what I want you to write. This is what I want you to take out, because otherwise people will think this way or think that way. That's a thing of the past. Get used to the new normal. Raw social media. That's where people go to see what's happening, hear what's happening from regular people like us.
And I love it, and I help a lot of people. Trust me. Every time that somebody, it's plenty people, a lot of people call me, hey, what do you use? How you do this? How you do that? And I help every single person. You know why? When I started this 3.5 years ago, probably almost 4, I have no help at all. I don't even know how to use nothing, pretty much. Camera, yes, but you know, on this kind of computer stuff, media and audio and that kind of stuff, editing, I don't know pretty much nothing about it. And nobody helped me. I have to see a lot of YouTube, you know, and I have to learn day by day. And now that I think that I know pretty much a lot, I can say that I help a lot of people, you know, and I help a lot of people because they want to do the same thing. And that's what we need. You know, I don't care. I don't care if somebody tomorrow have 1 million followers. I don't care. I'm happy for it because we're gonna make the difference, and that's what I want.
That's all that really matters, and that's what they don't know, because they are realizing that sooner or later, the social network, the raw videos will take over, and they can no longer the order or tell people what to watch, what not to watch, what to believe, what not to believe. So, I always tell people, Facebook, social media, social platforms, it's big enough for all of us to survive and to live. And more of us here, better. I tell people, larger my network grows, louder our voices are going to be. And I wish I grow, I wish you grow, I wish the other sides grow, so we can control, not control, but we can show what really happens out there, the real truth of what's happening out there.
That's what we need. We're tired. You know, that's why we're doing this. Because I know that probably if you don't been doing this, you've been doing something else. Probably whatever you work or whatever you study for. And same thing as here. You know, I'm doing this because I want to create a, you know, I want to bring something different. I want to be the reality. I want to be I want to show the reality of Puerto Rico, the reality of the regular citizen, you know, not the person that make 100, 200,000 a year. Yeah, that matters too. But they have money, they have enough money to take an airplane and go somewhere. I'm talking about these people that they don't have sometimes money to eat. They don't have a good street that they can, you know, they don't have money to change the tire, you know, and that's the majority of Puerto Ricans. And that's one reality that the government don't want, and this is very important. The government don't want that other people see it. You know, they know what's going on, but they don't want, like, they see the reality of Puerto Rico and the United States. That's why it was so important what happened in the warehouse, because that news of the warehouse was so big. You know, went everywhere. China, they call me from everywhere. France, here, Europe, they call me, you know, they call me from everywhere. And I love it because now the whole world can see the reality of this little island that is 100 by 35 that get a lot of money, that get one of the most biggest state. We're talking about on education. We have a lot of money for education, and go to the schools. All schools They pay bad money to the teachers. They don't have a lot of teachers. They have to buy paper. They have to buy pencils for the kids. They have to buy their own stuff or do the work, you know. And it's crazy because education here get I don't know how many billions dollars a year.
Yeah.
And where the money going?
Leon,
You know,
let me take just 1 minute because, as you know, we are live streaming on Facebook, and we have lots of people watching us at this moment, including a Congress, an individual of name Jamal Bowman, who is running for the Congress. He's running against Elliot Eagle, and he's watching us. How you doing, Mr. Jamal? We have lots of other people. Let me see if we have any questions here. El sonado de alarma de emergencia de los, well, and lots of people, are watching. As questions come in, I might have to interrupt you in order to, just to put the question up for you to answer. Now, Leon, we are going to change subject for
yes.
1 second, okay?
All right.
The pandemic, COVID-19, affected every single corner in the world, and
Yes.
Puerto Rico is no exception. Okay, and I don't know the death count in Puerto Rico, but I know that a friend of mine by name of Hector Santiago just lost his grandmother in Puerto Rico. Hector, if you are watching, our condolences to you and to your entire family. He lost his grandmother about 2 days ago. He's not able to fly to Puerto Rico. He tells me that there are chances that they might quarantine him at the airport for a week. And so this is terrible. It's affecting the people there. As you know, we have a very large population of Puerto Ricans in New York and everywhere in the United States who might not be able to go there and bury their families and loved ones. Tell us a little bit about that. How are the people in Puerto Rico facing this terrible pandemic?
It's a long, let's see how we start this. In the beginning, we have a Secretary of Health that says on camera that he don't think that the COVID-19 will touch Puerto Rico. When it was in Spain, that kind of places, he said, no, it's not gonna get here. I don't think it's the right thing to think about it. They prepare late, okay? The government says, the governor, she says, no, I prepared quick and I closed down. Yes, probably she closed down quick. That's not a problem, but we prepare late. When you have somebody like that with that position, the Secretary of Health, that's supposed to know that about those kind of situations more than anybody, and says, "Nah, don't worry about it. It's not gonna get here." That's a big problem. Everything starts from there. After that, well, the people in Puerto Rico, they are. They learn a lot. They learn quick that it's real. That is that really can kill you, and they are acting pretty good. To be honest, now actually today the government opens back. A lot of stores are opening today. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know really how this is going to change the curve that they call every day they talk about the curve. It's going to be growing, it's little. But this is the problem. We have 3.2 million people here. They make, let's say, rough 30,000 tests. So how you really knows your curve when 30,000 people just get the test and we have 3.2 million people. So I mean, it's not even 1% of the people have that kind of that test. So how really you're gonna talk about it? How you're gonna prepare? You know, when that situation. Or and the other face of that is again the corruption. You know, they don't have tests. They don't know where they have it. The money don't get here. They promise a lot of money, a lot of help. Is not here yet. Um, bro, it's a mess. To be honest, Puerto Rico is a mess.
Well,
That's
you know, Leon, from the very beginning, we have a president of United States who is the leader of United States, or at least supposed to be the leader, not the cheerleader, the leader of United States. When the president of United States is calling this pandemic in the beginning as a hoax, and then saying that in no time this will go and disappear, okay, and just disappear. Well, you have other leaders like the one from Puerto Rico and governors of many states that followed that example, and they acted very late, okay? Things could have been better, or at least we could have been more prepared to deal with the situation if this was taken serious from the day one. President now says that he found out about this around the 24th of January. Now reports are showing that he knew about this by the 3rd of January. In the meantime, from the 3rd to the 24th, he was in his rallies, you know, playing, you know, comedy. This is nothing. This is a hoax. This will disappear, as he keeps saying. Don't worry about it. We have 15 cases, but in no time we're going to have no cases. It didn't turn out that way. Okay. By Easter time, as soon as Easter comes, these will be gone. As soon as the weather begins to get better, the virus will go away. Well, that was a lot of people that heard what he said and took seriously what he said. And as we know, his followers, they take for it everything that the man says, they believe it, okay? Including the last Lysol comment that he made. People take him serious. Words do matter, especially when those words come from the president of United States, from the leader. It's just like you and I. People like you and I that have a very large follower, we have to be responsible on how we present things, because a lot of people might take our word for it, which they shouldn't. Yes, listen to us, but do your research, validate, because sometimes mistakes are made. You know, sometimes we might get reports that are not correct, but we should never put things out intentionally without checking, or intentionally, you know, to hurt other people. And I believe that the words that comes out of the president of United States do matter. He should check them before he puts that out. It does matter.
I think, like in Puerto Rico, I think we have to learn to live with it. You know, we have to deal with it and live with it. That's it. I think it's that pandemic is going to change our life for many years. To be honest, it's going to take us a long time, because you know everything's going to contain here. You know what I mean? So probably this person is cured, but the next person get it, and when it come back, that person that is cured is going to get it again, and it's going to keep it like that.
Yeah.
It's going to take a long time. I think, like I said the other day, we have to learn how to deal with it and live with it.
Okay. I have a comment here from an audience named Angelus Cabana. All the political, it means all the politics here in Puerto Rico are corrupt, even the police department. So, you know, sometimes people talk over, you know, because they're frustrated, they upset with everything that's going on. But there might be a certain part of truth in this statement.
It's a big corruption in the police department. I mean, it's not on that, this is a big difference. Okay, on the government, you know, like the big politics elected by people, they are more corrupted and less good ones. On the police side is less corrupted and more good ones. But the corrupted, they are over there in the top, and it's bad. It's very bad. It's very bad. The police, it's been there forever. You know, it's not, that's nothing new. That has been there forever. The police is very corrupt.
No news there. No news.
You know, the big level.
Now, let me just, you know, something just came to mind back when I was in Puerto Rico. Actually, I believe you shared that video, and that video got a handful of views about Miss Salome. Do you remember Miss Salome? The lady whose house I was when the 5.4 hit Puerto Rico, that I came out of the house running, and she did not have a leg. She just had a heart attack not long ago. And as the house is trembling, I'm looking at her, and she looks at me like she's at peace. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I cannot run, and I ran out. You shared that video. You have no idea. You have no idea. She's from around Ponce. You never heard from her?
No.
Okay, I have to try to reach out to find out how she's doing. You know, I made very good friends in Puerto Rico. I must point out that that was not my first time in Puerto Rico. It's a place that I love very much. I don't know why. You know, actually, I was talking to Alberto yesterday, and he said, "Thank you for thinking of Puerto Rico." And I said, "Listen, dude, I think of Puerto Rico all the time. I think that in my past life, I was a Puerto Rican."
I love my people. I love being here. I love to help. And to be honest, they take care of me a lot. You know, they take care of me. They support me. They defend me. So that's what gives me strength to keep doing it. You know, so I'm gonna
Leon,
be here.
now we spoke about Puerto Rico, politics. We spoke about the pandemic. Now I want to talk a little bit about you. Okay.
Okay.
I want to learn a little bit about you. How did you came about? Why did you start LEON Fiscalizador? When did you start it? What motivated you? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Easy. 3 years and a half ago, 4 years, when I first started this, I came to Puerto Rico for 3 days. I lived in Florida all my life. From when I was 16 or 17 years old, I've been in Florida. So I came back here. I come here every 5-6 months to see my grandfather and grandmother, but I never stayed. I don't. To be honest, you asked me 4 years ago if you want to live in Puerto Rico. I said no, hell no. I don't like it. At that point, I don't. You know, because when you grow over there, you see things different and whatever. Anyways, I came here for 3 days to see my grandmother. She was in the hospital. Unfortunately, she passed away, and my grandfather say he was 90 years old. He said, "I don't want to go. You know, can you stay with me for a few? You know, in the meantime, because he was with my grandmother like 60 something years together. So I mean, he was pretty depressed. So I stayed with him few weeks, then another month, and I said I have to do something. So I create this idea to do going around Puerto Rico, doing a drone, recording everything with for a Guinness record. So I contact Guinness, the book of the Guinness record, and they say yes, it's a good idea, doing it. If you finish it, you're gonna be on the book and blah blah blah. Okay, so I'll start to do it, but I need money because the drone cost it's very expensive, and I have to rent a car and pay hotels, and it's very hard to do. It's not easy. It's gonna take me like a month doing it every single day. Anyways, I asked the government here, Mayita, the mayor of Ponce, I asked her for her. I say, can you help me? Find me a car at least, you know, something, help me with the gasoline, whatever, to finish that record because I start in Ponce, I'm gonna finish in Ponce. It's gonna be a big deal. You know, nobody have footage of all the coast of Puerto Rico in a drone. Nobody have it. So I'm gonna be the first one ever doing it. So she said, no, we don't have money, blah, 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 blah. So days after that, I see on the local newspaper that she give a contract for advisor, like $300,000 for advisor. I'm like, okay, wait. She don't have money.
Yeah.
You don't have money for this, but you have money for advisor? No, that's not, it's something wrong there. And that's the day that I start all this stuff. I start to investigate little by little, and that's it.
That's how. Now, as you know, there is a little delay between Zoom and Facebook. And as we are talking, questions are coming. So okay. I have to ask you this one, and it comes from Alberto Velasquez. Can you ask why no one has followed up on the police using tear gas on the protesters every night at 11 p.m.
Yeah, that was happening. That's true. I think what happened was that, well, that's the reality. I think that they create okay, when you have a plan, when that was happening with Ricky, I think the police create a plan. They say, okay, let's do this like this to see what's happened. You know, they try different kind of situation, create situation, and they create it. I was there most of the time, and I was always at 11. It's not, you know, 11:05, 10:55, 10:50, but around that time always was the tear gas. Like I say, they have a plan, and the plan went to the floor completely. I think that they probably trying to do something else, but they don't work.
Okay.
See what happened.
We have another question from Jose Marisol. This is not a question, but a statement, and I want to know what you think. They need to send someone from United States to the island to run it because the island has too much corruption.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to say if it's possible or not. So I hear from somebody, but
no. What I'm asking is not if it's possible. It's what you think of it, of this.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm going to say. If I was the president of the United States, I'd probably send the military here to take care of the situation. I don't know if it's possible or not, but yes, somebody else has to do it. Somebody has to clean the house. I think it's too much already. It's way too much. It's out of proportion. Look, the electric service here belongs to the government. It's completely in the floor. Don't work. It's corrupted completely. You have a debt of I don't know how many billions. You know, the water company belongs to the government. It's in the floor too. I mean, everything is so much corrupted that it's just. I mean, we are completely in the floor. You know, Puerto Rico is on the ground. To be honest, yeah. The debt that we have is amazing.
Now, during Maria, mostly of Puerto Rico infrastructure was down.
Still down.
Still down. A huge company with no experience got a huge contract to rebuild the electrical grid in Puerto Rico. You think that was done by design or was an error some part? Because look, I don't see how a company can get billions of dollars in a contract without any experience whatsoever in the subject matter that they are going to be working on.
The company was Fish something, I forget the name. Well, anyways, in the meantime, yeah, that happened. That was crazy. But you know what? It's like the $38 million for the rapid test for the COVID-19. Same thing. What happened is I know you. That's it. You just need to know somebody there. If you know somebody there, you get rich quick because that's exactly what happened. You know somebody, that person say yes, and two-person from a $50 office, you know, they want to run a $1 billion business, you know. They was lucky. They was lucky that know somebody. Somebody knows somebody, and that person knows somebody inside, and let's do it, you know. And that's it. That's everything. You know?
That was crazy. When that came out, it was crazy. You know, just now look at the pandemic. There were a large of sums. You know, the stimulus money that came out that were designed for small businesses, for them not to go down and continue with their businesses. And the money ran out. And when they start looking at it, companies that really did not need, meaning they had other ways of getting money, got the money that was earmarked for small businesses. People did not know when a company applies, there is nothing that says, look, you are a huge company, you don't need the money, and you have ways to get the money that you need in order to stay in business.
And you know what happened? Those big companies, they have the people prepared to do those kind of claims. Instead, in the other side, the small companies that really need the money, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the equipment, they don't have nobody to do that claim, and they don't receive that money. The people that really need it.
Yeah, let me give a shout out to my good friend, Puerto Rican, Lorraine Lopez. I don't know if you know Lorraine, Leon. If you don't, you should know her. You know, Lorraine also has a huge page in Yonkers called Latin Empowerment.
Okay.
Lots of followers. She loves Puerto Rico, even though she don't speak much Spanish. Spanish is okay, but she's working on it. I'm going to give her classes. But she loves Puerto Rico nevertheless. Okay, when I was going to go to Puerto Rico, she gave me a set of instructions. She asked me to please help the people of Puerto Rico first. Please go around and feed the dogs in Puerto Rico, you know, the street dogs, which Alberto and I did. We bought bags of food. We went to the landscape and give food to the dogs. And there was an idea, you know, that came from Lorraine, even though Alberto had done that in the past. But that was also on Lorraine's mind. She loves Puerto Rico. You know, she tried to work with a lot of other ideas, which we are still working to help the people of Puerto Rico. So Lorraine, thank you for joining in. Thank you for watching. And say hello to LEON FISCALIZADOR, which is a huge page in Puerto Rico. I see by people that are here talking, he knows there is lots of people here in the States that know him. So you're going out of your area, Leon. You're going out of your area. And thank you for making me go out of my area to Puerto Rico.
No problem.
What about education in Puerto Rico, Leon? What about is education is extremely important? Are those kids in Puerto Rico getting what they need to go to school? Of course, I'm not talking about right now, the pandemic, because we all understand that things right now are not the way they were. You know, it's different today, but I'm talking about in general. 4 months ago, a year ago, how are the kids of Puerto Rico doing with education?
Well, what about if we start telling you that I think 3 or 4 ex-secretary of education being on jail? The last one she's accused fed right now, so she have to be she's gonna be on a trial very soon. So just we if I told you that we have to figure out that education is in the floor too. You know, it's sad because you have a lot of thousands of good teachers that they really want to do it. They want to make the difference, but the system, state, don't allow them. You know, it's bad when they can do their job the way that they want to. When you're a teacher, those kind of professions, you really have to like it. You know, you're born to be a teacher. You just don't. Okay, what am I gonna do? Well, I'm gonna be a police. Okay, fine. I'm gonna be a teacher. No, you're born to be a teacher. You know, when you're a teacher, when you have 6, 7 years old, you have books and you okay, I'm gonna be a teacher. So that grow on you. So that means they are very straightforward with what they want to do as a teacher. But the system is bad, the paying bad, the schools are bad, abandoned. I don't know, man. The system is running so bad, to be honest. And probably somebody that don't know me is gonna say, "Oh, this guy talk bad. Everything is bad in Puerto Rico." But you know what? It's the reality. I'm here. That's the reality. I don't go. If you go and I go to an interview and say, "Oh no, that's good. It's running good. It's perfect," and it's not the truth just because I want to show the good sides, then I don't do nothing. Because if it's good, the Leon Fiscalizador don't have to exist. I'm a Leon Fiscalizador because it's bad. You know, because like I always say, I don't have to, like my work is not to say, oh, this guy, this government is doing good, or this senator is doing good. No, I'm here to see what is they doing bad because they swear to do the good thing. I don't have to tell them do the things the right way because that's what you're here for. You know what I mean? So on the education, it's the same thing. You know, the money, nobody knows where it's going. They don't have supplies. It's bad. You know, every single thing that you're going to ask me about Puerto Rico, except probably the people, but if it has to be with the government, it's corrupt somewhere.
You know,
Bad.
you know, Leon, I feel the same, same as you, and I guess we have something in common. You know, in Yonkers, I put a lot of stuff out. Some people get upset. Oh, everything in Yonkers is bad, is bad, is bad, is bad. And I tell, look, I'm not here to promote Yonkers. I'm not here to condemn Yonkers. I don't make the news. I report the news. Okay. And if there is a lot of things bad in Yonkers, well, I'm going to talk about the bad things. I don't need to talk about the good things because the good things, everybody's happy with it. We need to change the bad things. That's what needs to be exposed in order to people to change it. Okay. So, but I guess some people don't, you know, different mindsets, I guess, you know, they have different ways of seeing things. But I know my mission. I know what I'm trying to accomplish, and it seems like so do you. So we are going to continue doing what we've been doing. And I tell people all the time, listen, I started this page a few years back with half a dozen of people. Today, this is the largest social platform in Lower Westchester. So I must be doing something good. I must be doing something right. And I would think the same thing for you. You know, people are watching. I can see the comments. Keep it up, brother. You're doing a good job. Don't, keep doing what you've been doing. So proof is in the pudding. Are you going to keep everybody happy? I don't think so. Am I going to keep everybody happy? I don't think so. And I don't even try to keep everybody happy.
I don't even think about it.
Yeah,
You
I
know
don't
what?
even think about it. And
You
I
know what?
always tell people, worry about the man that keeps everybody happy. Normally that man has no personality. He tries to be good with God, bad, good with Satan. Normally those people don't have personality. So be truthful. Don't worry about pleasing people. Just keep doing what you're doing. What you were telling me?
I don't even look to the size. I'm like this. You know why? Because I show the realities. Every time that I show something, for example, video or paperwork, is there. I don't have to make you happy if you don't like it because I know it's there. You know, I don't stand up on the front of the camera to lie about it or say no, this person do this when I know that he don't do it. I'm not that way. I show always proof, and I always have a paper that confirms that what I'm talking about is the truth. So to be honest, I don't care. You know what? I got something that works for me perfectly. Whoever talk bad about me on my page, I do block. That's how it works.
I'm going to take your advice, because my page is not for you to come and criticize me. If you're going to talk bad about me on my page, I'm going to click you and block you. Because remember, you are on my page by your own choice.
Exactly.
I didn't ask you to come. I didn't ask you for your approval. You're here because you chose to follow me. If you don't agree with the way I do things, leave.
Leave, or I make you leave.
That's it, or I make you leave. I'm going to take your advice on that one.
Oh, that's what I do all the time, and that's it. I don't.
Exactly. So, but I guess some people don't get that. Hansel, what about the economic impact? We all know, well, let me start by saying that we all know that we are all hurting financially, okay? We have millions of people in United States, the continent, out of work. I know that Puerto Rico, even before the pandemic, jobs were not something that were out there. Anyone could get a job. It's not like anyone who wants a test can get a test. In Puerto Rico, it was not like everybody who wants a job can get a job. But things right now are even worse. How is the people of Puerto Rico dealing with the financial situation? Has criminality increased?
No, in that case, is under control, but the people start to getting desperate. You know, the desperation start to touching people. Is but on that side, I cannot criticize too much because it's everywhere the same way. You know, it's hard. The only thing that I criticize is that the government promised and they don't
deliver
the way that they promised, and that's the bad thing. That's the only bad thing. But after that, we have to deal with and we have to work with it. And is everybody is in the same boat? There's no way. Probably if you have some saving, you're going to survive better than the next one. But if not, you're in a bad situation,
Well, Leon, we have to conclude this. We've been on for over an hour, okay? And I gotta tell you this. I have to tell you that it was a pleasure to talk to you. We exchanged a couple of messages here and there, but I had never the pleasure of talking to you in person. It was awesome. I thank you. And next time I go to Puerto Rico, we have to meet each other. I have to make a point that we meet, we chit chat a little bit, we exchange ideas, you give me some suggestions, and we get to know each other in person. So
I'm planning going to New York soon.
Okay, so then let's make it even better. When you come to New York, we have a beer here together, and when I go to Puerto Rico, we will have a beer there together. I think together meaning with our friend Alberto with us. Alberto is my pal, man. He's my friend. Great guy. Give back and rebuild. That's a man that takes this to heart. He really means what he does, and he really believes in what he does. Give back and rebuild. Follow him on Instagram. Follow him on Facebook. Don't forget to follow LEON FISCALIZADOR on Facebook. You have also Instagram.
Same, all the pages. LEON FISCALIZADOR, the same thing.
That's it, guys. The same as Yonkers Voice. Follow Yonkers Voice in every social platform. Follow LEON FISCALIZADOR and follow Give Back and Rebuild. Give my friend Alberto that love that he needs. You know, most of us have a reason to do something. All of us has a reason that made us start something, and keep on doing something. Alberto, all that he needs to keep doing what he's been doing is love and care. Thank you for watching. Until next time, Leon, and it was a pleasure. I'm going to give you the honor of closing this interview. Okay, whatever you want to say.
Thank you to you, you know, to give me, you know, this opportunity. It's my pleasure. Thank you all the people, you know, that are watching us right now. All the people in Yonkers. I never been in Yonkers, so I want to be there one day. Sounds like cold. It's cold.
Well, it's no different than New York City, but but Yonkers, it's a great place. You know, nice. Of course, we are not perfect. We have, you know, things that always need improvement, as any other city in any part of the world. We always have room for improvement. But New York City is a great city, and Yonkers is a city that cares about Puerto Rico. Our Mayor Spano actually donated fire trucks, bulletproof vests to the Puerto Rico, to you know, to some areas, some cities in Puerto Rico.
Okay, I'm gonna be there soon. Thank you very much, and thanks to everybody for watching us, and follow Yonkers Voice too. Thank you.
Until next time, Leon. Until next time.
Here.